Hello and welcome to the Stephen J. SportsCast. This is episode 3 of season 2. Hi and welcome back to episode 3 of the Stephen J. SportsCast. This is the amazing Jay. Alongside we have Ben, the coach, Steve Samuels, and yeah, how was your past 2 weeks? We missed the show last week a little bit, but
it's been very eventful.
Yeah, I'm on vacation now, so
You're very lucky.
me.
My vacation was, last month.
Yeah, the month.
The week off of last month for getting married.
Yeah,
and now all my time is done until October 1st.
And then you go back.
Then I can finally get forwarded a bunch of paid leave again and take it off whenever.
That's awesome. Well, thank you guys for coming on.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Steve, tell us a little about yourself. How you guys know each other?
Okay, well, me and Ben, we got clicked up back in high school. Went to the same high school, Windsor High. We got with Coach Smith and playing basketball for Windsor High Warriors. We ended up winning the 2009 state championship class double L, and it was a great experience. 4 years. I don't even know.
Phone a friend.
That's his agent right there. Call him.
Yeah.
Give him a contract.
Yeah.
Wait, put him on the phone. Maybe that'd be awesome.
Funny way to start an interview, right?
Yeah.
But like I was saying, for the 4 years in Windsor High, man, Ben was he's been great. He's been helping out the team, and the coaching staff and everything like that. And our senior year and junior year was really, really tough. We met adversity every year, and we did a lot of great things. We found out about ourselves. We found a couple of things about ourselves that we didn't know about. And we ended up getting that state championship, man, and it was a great feeling. It really was a great feeling. And from then on, me and Ben always kept in contact. He was one of the few people that would always ask me, "How's everything going? Push through it. I believe in you. The grass is green on the other side." Those type of things. And it really meant a lot to me. So anytime Ben, reached out to me, I will always respond, as fast as I can. I know sometimes it'd be a day or so late, but
I would also be picking up my phone at 1:30 in the morning, just sending are you okay? What's the next move? So just to show him that I know you're working hard and you have a supporter on the other side wherever you are, because he went all over the place, which he'll tell you about. So.
Yeah, so like from leaving high school, I went to St. Peter's University out in Jersey City. It was a great 2 years there. My freshman year, I didn't have too good of a year, but I ended up starting at the end of the year, so that was an accomplishment to me. My sophomore year, I started all 36 games. We ended up winning a conference championship, going to NCAA tournament, and playing against Etwan Moore, Juwan Johnson, kids from Purdue. We ain't win, but
just the experience itself.
I was just gonna say that just the experience itself was motivational. It was unfortunate that it didn't work out for me at that school at that time. My junior year, I got kicked out. I got into a situation where I wasn't using my head. You know what I mean? So at the same time, it was something that I needed, to be honest with you, to humble myself, because I wasn't a humble person at that time. And those situations that I went through at that time really showed me that, I need to buckle down and I need to be more serious, for the sake of my life. And, and for my family and the friends that support me throughout the way. Like Ben, you know what I mean? So a lot of people at that time, they kind of turned their backs on me a little bit, but it was a select few that always was sticking through and making sure that I was okay and everything. So I went down to Alabama mid-year, junior year, and I thought it was a good situation as well. You know, I thought it was a good situation. I figured it's a fresh new start. I'm gonna be able to, you know, just really clear the air and, you know, just start new. You know,
Yeah.
But it was a rocky road, another rocky road. You know, I went down there in the middle of nowhere, University of West Alabama, down in Livingston, Alabama, and it really wasn't a good situation. Like I said, I put up the numbers that I wanted to, but me and the coach wasn't really seeing eye to eye after that, and we just parted ways. I stayed down there an extra year to finish up school. You know, I graduated May 2015 and got my bachelor's in sports management, which I'm very happy about. You know,
Definitely.
I stuck it through. I had to stick it through. You know, I wasn't playing basketball that year. You know, I was just going to school. You know, so it was a different transition for me.
Yeah.
You know, the transition from me playing basketball to me going to school and not playing basketball was kind of weird.
Right.
You know, it was kind of weird. But at the same time, I was just blessed to be able to graduate and just show my family that, you know, if you stick it through, that, you know, you could do something, you can accomplish something.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I'll say for me personally, that was probably one of my most proudest moments, was seeing him send me the picture of him with the diploma. He had to go through a lot of summer classes and just a lot of unnecessary stuff that he should never have gotten into. But he stuck it out and he did really well. Graduated with a 3.0 and has his diploma, so all the credit to him.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is.
Yeah. So, you know, I would love to say that, you know, it got better after that. But it still was, you know, that's life. It still was a bumpy road, a couple obstacles I still had to overcome. You know, my first year out, basically I was playing semi-pro while I was going to school at University of West Alabama.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I was playing in Atlanta with a team called the Atlantic Dragons, and it really helped me out with film and stat lines. But at the same time, I really wasn't getting any connections. You know, I wasn't getting any connections over there. So I came back up to Connecticut, you know, and I figured let me test it out there. So I ended up getting a shot at a team in Canada called Mississauga Power.
Yeah.
And you know, I was on the roster for the preseason team, got cut, came back home, ended up trying to do something in Mexico this past year, going in a league called the Ciba Coba, and it's the second best league in Mexico. I got great connections there. I made it through the preseason, but got cut, you know. So it was like, you know, obstacle after obstacle I'm trying to overcome, but it wasn't getting me anywhere. But at the same time, I stuck it through and I stayed positive, you know. And then I just came home and just started teaching at a local elementary school called Clover, you know, and I was a building sub. So from February until May or June of this year, I was being a building sub and just helping kids. But it's funny because that's how I really found out that I have a really knack for kids and teaching and helping them, you know. So that was a good thing about the whole situation, you know. I started my own personal basketball clinic in camp, the Stephen Samuels Basketball Trainings Academy. I do it Monday through Thursday, 4:30 to 6, you know.
That's awesome.
Yep. And it's funny how it picked up from 1 week to the next week. It was two kids. The next week it was 8. Now it's like I'm going to week 10, and it's about 20 kids.
Awesome.
You know,
Is this your first time doing it?
This is my first year. So
that's
I
awesome.
got a lot of support from Ben.
A
couple of other people, and it's been a great ride. You know, I'm still doing it. I'm trying to do it until the end of August. So it's just a great feeling at the end of the day that, you know, you can help out kids.
Definitely.
And just steer them in the right direction, because I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot.
I think that's one of the big things we took away from the Windsor program. It's just the importance of trying to make a difference in the life of kids and in the community. Coach Smith always used to tell us, you know, you don't do it for the income, you do it for the outcome.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
It's nice to see, us follow in that footsteps and go through with his philosophy.
Yeah.
Definitely, and it definitely seems like I noticed this year that a lot more players all over Connecticut are getting more involved with kids.
Absolutely.
I know, when Dougie comes home from being overseas, he does his things for the summer. PBF, Randy Height, and some of his guys, they started their thing this year. And even my friend Petey Skeevy's play with, he's been doing his own
and
thing
I actually joined in on the PPF, and because I'm good friends with Randy Height, and I wanted to be involved.
Definitely.
I wanted to be involved. I said, man, it's great what you're doing and whatnot. And the same thing what Ben said, it wasn't about the income, it was about the outcome. Because a lot of these kids needed us to guide them, because we went through some struggles that they're going through right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just the fact that, everybody was trying to come together and trying to do something that was good for the common good,
Yeah.
And we started it out with about 10 kids for the PPF, and we do it every Tuesday, Thursday night, 7 o'clock. We work out with some of the top athletes and top basketball prospects of Connecticut, and it's been fun, to be honest with you. It's been really fun.
I definitely enjoy watching the posts and videos and stuff going on. Just, drills I wouldn't even have expected, and I worked with some kids last year during the fall time, and I was going based off what the internet was saying. So
I think it's good for the kids to get another perspective rather than from their coach all the time.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes, as we talked about, it's just not there, the connection between coach and player. So it's nice to just have that other voice to say, we still believe in you. You just got to keep working hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes, to be honest with you, sometimes kids don't feel comfortable, asking the coach certain things, and sometimes we they ask us, and we just keep it all honest with them, and we just tell them our opinion, and they take it from there. Like, either they could take that opinion and they can make something of it, or they could just go in one ear out the other, but that's all up to them,
Definitely.
And it's just a learning experience in itself, because we just tell them, like, at the end of the day, you have to learn from your experiences, and you have to learn from the situation that you put yourself in.
Right, absolutely.
Because that's what everybody do. I know you guys do it to a daily basis, as well as Ben, So everybody's human. So I try to tell them, like, hey, it's okay to make a mistake.
Yeah, as long as you learn from your mistakes and
Exactly.
improve. Yep, absolutely.
As long as you learn and improve, then it's okay. You're learning something, and you're finding something about yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it just feels good, giving back to the community, and just working for a common goal, know. So I'm glad I'm affiliated with the PPF, and I'm doing as well my own thing over at LP Wilson in Windsor. It's just a good feeling, and I'm just gonna keep it going until I leave. So that could be either mid-August or late September, but I'll figure that out, and I'll let you guys know.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think one of the big things you can take away from his story is just you always got to stay ready, regardless of what happens. Because if he's not putting in the work every day in the weight room and on his own outside or in the gym, he's not going to get all the opportunities he's capable of getting. But, and as you get older, it's harder to maintain that motivation, especially after you've hit all these roadblocks that he's hit, and a lot of these other people that come on the show, you have to make the time to do, what you need to do to be successful. And sometimes you're going to have a lot of support, and sometimes you're not. And it's really up to you to continue to push forward.
Yeah, that's very, very true.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. You gotta want.
Yeah. It's about a hunger, man.
Yeah, exactly.
If you really want it, and that's through life.
Yeah, anything. For anything
that's
in life.
Anything.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to tell the kids at my camp right now.
So now, cool question about your camp too is, now what if someone wants to join or have a kid join the camp that's maybe watching or hearing about this? How would you go about that?
Well, you could contact me with my Instagram at Steve_Samuels.
Okay.
Or you can email me at Steven_Samuels Steve_Samuels@iCloud.com.
Okay.
Either or works for me.
Yep.
You know, and then I take it from there.
Yep.
You know, I usually tell these kids just come in and watch and just see if you like it. You know, and I tell the parents to come in as well.
Yeah.
Because it's important for them to see what I'm doing.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's both of those information you could use to contact me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what are some of the things that you do at the camp?
A couple of things is basically we run some drills, cardio, physical fitness. You know, you gotta be physical fit because I'm going into getting my cert in personal training as well. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I physical fitness and we do basketball drills. You know, we do 1-on-1s, 2-on-2s, but more importantly, I'm teaching them the fundamentals.
Yeah, right.
We're going back to the basics.
Yeah.
You know, because everybody, I know Stephen Curry is a great guy. And he's a great player. You know, he's probably one of the best shooters ever in the NBA. But at the same time, they don't see what Stephen Curry did behind doors to do that.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's why I try to teach him now. You know, you gotta be physically tough, mentally tough as well.
Oh yeah,
and, you know, and your basketball IQ, it has to be there. You know, so that's what I start off with. I start off with the fundamentals. I see what I'm working with the kid. You know, I see where he's at a certain level. Yeah, and then I take it from there. You know, I have certain drills for certain kids. It's not so that I'm doing a certain drill for everybody. I'm really focusing on the individual. You know, because at the same time, some kids they could be the same age.
Right.
But some kids are on a higher level than others.
Right.
Definitely.
Right. Yeah.
So that's why you know, I feel like this camp's been successful and it's been building.
That's good.
Because, you know, I really take my time in to really work
with them. Yeah.
And work with them.
Right.
And you know, it's been paying off, and it's lovely to see how one kid could be at this certain level, and then they could jump after a couple of weeks of doing it the right way.
The outcome
is really crazy.
You know, they'll
absolutely.
come in and they'll be like, "Oh, I don't know how to dribble a basketball," and you give them a couple days, they're dribbling with both hands and big smiles on their face, and you're like, "See, you know, all you had to do is come in and practice, and we'll give you the support here. That's what we're here to do."
Yeah.
So is that something that you're going to do next year?
Yeah, I'm trying to
going?
make it big on a bigger scale. I'm trying to really go into an academy, and I'm working on getting a couple of grants right now.
That's awesome.
And you know, I feel like I will want to get into the AAU circuit as well. You know, try to get these kids, try to take some of these inner city kids and get them out. And try to see like what's the bigger picture.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And at the same time, not only on a basketball aspect, you know, just on life and you know, business as well, and schooling and you know, academics. You know, I feel like it's important for them to know that, you know, you can't go anywhere if you don't have the grades.
Right.
You know,
Or
you shouldn't be allowed to, you know, if you're not doing the work in the classroom.
Right.
You know. So I had both sides. It's funny because, you know, I was the kid that was kind of giving the teachers a hard time sometimes and everything like that, but now I'm the teacher. You know, I was a teacher, and it's cool to see the other side.
Definitely.
You know, it's cool to see the other side. So that's why I don't take anything back. You know, I don't take anything back. I'm glad that, you know, I went through the struggles and the trials and tribulations that I went through, because that made me be a better man.
Absolutely.
You know, and now I found another love that I really love and I really appreciate, and that's working with kids and teaching them and trying to help them better themselves. Happy where I'm at right now. I'm still working hard, training hard to get to the Europe circuit. I got a couple of coaches that's interested in me, a couple of countries, Germany, Belgium, Austria. So it's really exciting, you know.
Yeah, that is.
I just say count your blessings. You know, count your blessings, stay humble, and just be ready to work, and just don't give up on yourself.
Definitely.
Just because obstacle after obstacle is beating you down, and you know, you feel like, man, this is it. I can't take it anymore. There's always a route out.
Right.
You know, and you always
Right.
got to see the bigger picture and just stay positive. You know, just stay positive.
Yeah.
Don't give up. You know what I mean? And that's why I really love and appreciate Ben, because every time I was down on myself, he will always text me and say, "Man, I love you." And you know what? That really meant a lot, man, because it wasn't too many people that was really reaching out to me
Yeah.
and telling me, you know, hey, don't worry about it, stay focused. You get there, I'm telling you, you're gonna be there, you're gonna be great, don't worry about it. And that really motivated me.
Yeah.
Like, that motivated me a lot of nights, man, you know, where I felt like this was it, I was gonna give up on basketball. I was gonna give it up. But I just kept pushing, and I'm glad I did. By the grace of God, you know, I'm at where I'm at right now, you know, because of the support system, and me having a strong work ethic, and me believing in myself. At the end of the day, believing in myself. So, you know, I'm glad that everything is working out, and hopefully, you know, I could just, you know, keep on building.
Yeah, no, that's
all you
absolutely
asked us for.
He's definitely on the right path, and he's on his way up. So hopefully, we'll be hearing some more good stuff from him.
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah,
And then
definitely.
we'll be having you on the show when you're overseas.
Yeah,
We'll get a phone call in with you.
Yeah,
Tell us about how that happened, because I'm sure it will.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
Yeah.
So, you know, just stay positive.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted, to be confident and stay in the books. You know, stay in the books, because
Yep.
you can't make your dream happen without education.
Right.
And that's just universal.
Yeah. And I definitely think that's a big topic nowadays with
Yeah.
kids growing up, and
Absolutely.
you know, they definitely feel like, oh, you know,
Yeah.
basketball, that
Right.
I'll be good.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
forget the grades. And,
Mhm.
you know, it's definitely hard to find people that are like, no, like you got to keep up with your grades and your education,
Especially now, yeah.
Right.
especially.
It's not going to get you anywhere trying to take a shortcut, especially if you're trying to go to the top,
No.
because there's going to be somebody that's out there working harder
Right.
than you.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what Steve just talked about with the work ethic and believing in yourself, because it's a competition. Right? It's very competitive. There's a limited number of spots, especially as you start going up in the ranks, so not everybody's going to make it.
Right.
So if you have that solid education to fall back on, well, maybe your basketball dreams don't work out, but then you can go on and do big things in your, you know, career world, become a doctor or a lawyer,
Right.
and you know, you can still do it, even if, you know, your first option doesn't work out, but you need something to fall back on, which is your education.
Yeah,
Very true.
yeah. And then I wanted to be a basketball player, but then, you know, you have an education and then you networked, and you ended up being probably a businessman, you know, working for that. You know,
Right.
you might like PR, or you might like, you know, writing or something like that. So
Right.
you never know. That's why I always tell kids as well, don't ever put your all eggs in one basket.
Right.
Yeah.
We all know that, you know.
Right.
So
Right, yeah.
so, you know,
Yeah.
it's just the fact of the matter is, you know, life is going to throw you some screwballs.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's going to hurt.
Right.
But at the same time, that pain subsides.
Mhm.
Pain is only temporary.
Yeah.
So, you know, just keep on fighting through. You know what I
Definitely.
mean? And I learned that from Ben. I learned that from Coach Smith, and I learned it from a couple of my friends, you know. And I'm glad to have a supporting cast that I have. And I'm glad to be around positive people. That's another thing I
Yeah.
want to say. And that negative could spread, you know, that
Yeah,
negative
absolutely.
could spread. So I would like to say, just be around positive people, man.
Yeah.
People that's trying to do the same thing you're trying to do, and not in the same aspect of maybe this kid wants to be a football player, or this kid wants to be a doctor, or this kid wants to be a writer. You know, just be around people that feel like, okay, I could do something with my life.
Definitely.
You know,
Yeah.
and they don't want to be in the streets just acting, you know, like a hoodlum, or, you know, not doing the right things. You know, so yeah, man, I'm just blessed to be around positive people day by day.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You know, because that really helps me day by day.
And something I actually just thought of this now. I don't know if it would happen in the future or not, but I think something that would help kids see the education side of things is if, like, the NBA, the NFL, they did that once you did get drafted in, that you had to take some courses or
absolutely. Go
get
back
some
and
Yeah.
finish. Go
so,
back and
so-
finish,
some
yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
associate degree,
Right.
because you do, you know, have a lot of people. You got somebody like, you know, LeBron
Andrew
James.
Wiggins.
He
Yeah.
got to come out of high school, right into
Dwayne
the
Wade.
NBA. But what if nothing worked out? What if that first year after getting drafted he got hurt? He wasn't going to have any college education.
That's true. You know, a lot of the NBA players, you know, they're blessed to be having the salary that they have. But at sometimes you hear about it. A lot of these guys go broke.
Like
you know,
Vin Baker.
Right.
Now he's doing
Starbucks. He's doing the Starbucks.
Yeah.
But he also trains with the Milwaukee Bucks as well. He helps a couple of the forwards for them. So he had his ups and downs, but I'm glad to see he's doing better.
Definitely.
But yeah, like you said, you know, I think it would be vital for them to go back to get their education. I know some of them do that.
Right, like you had Shaq. Shaq went and finished
he got
his
doctorates.
degree. I know they've talked with Stephen Curry about trying to finish his up because they don't want to put him as like a part of the alum until he does go and finish his degree. But I definitely think it's going to take more than them just being involved in the community and seeing the reading stuff that they do with the kids. It's definitely going to take a little more.
Just with college athletics in general and just athletics overall, it's a lot to do with politics.
Right.
If you're not well liked and you don't go to the big prime time school, you know, it can slip on you, just in a split second. So it's important that you have something to fall back.
Yeah, politics is huge in that.
I
mean,
definitely.
sure.
Yeah, I mean, look at Louisville with their whole scandal going on, trying to get people to go there. And I mean, it is a top school to go play ball in.
And I mean, the thing is, when this stuff happens, you damage a lot of kids' bright futures. You know, here's these kids that come out at 18 and they're thinking, I'm gonna really enjoy, this college experience or this pro experience, and then you turn around and say, because so and so made a poor decision, that's taken away. And then these are 18-year-old kids. You're telling them, well, now you have to figure out what you're going to do in your life. And they're looking at you like, what am I supposed to do?
Right.
Yeah.
I can't do anything.
Yeah.
So,
it's sad.
And the kids, they go down the wrong path. And it's tough to see that. So that's why it's nice to see, people like Steve and Doug Wiggins, come back and try to promote positive change in the community. And just show that you can hit your roadblock, but you can work your way back up too.
Definitely.
You definitely work your way back up. And it's just, everybody just have to do their part. I know some people feel like, you want to focus on yourself, but really, you're being selfish. Because there's a lot of people out here that really need your help. And, you could change 1 or 2 lives. You never know.
One of the big things that Coach Smith always preached to us, besides you don't do it for the income, you do it for the outcome. If you can help somebody, try and help them. And it doesn't have to be huge. It can be one single act of kindness a day, and that can go a long way. And I think we're both living testaments of that with where we've gone in our life. And I think we're seeing why he kept preaching it to us every single day.
Yeah,
because it really does make a difference.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. It definitely does. And to add on what Ben said, man, Ben had his struggles as well, but at the same time, you see him, he's still trying to work. He's still working hard. And I see it, he's motivation. He may think I'm motivation, but he's motivation as well, So I'm glad to be, like I said, I keep on coming back to it, but I'm just glad to be around positivity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Positive people.
Gotta be around it.
That's what it's all about.
Off what he said, it's really special for me to, see these kids start from really nothing and then work their way up and continue to fight through obstacles and really, chase their dreams, because that's what makes it meaningful for me. That's a big reason why I went into coaching, was because I saw so many kids get flushed down the drain. And, these are young kids, these are the future leaders of society that are getting, flushed down the drain. But then you get lucky to come in contact with kids like Steve, who, don't take no for an answer, and they continue to work and pursue their dreams, and they go on to really do great things. And that's what really adds meaning to the journey for me. And you say, see, you didn't give up on this individual, and look where they're at now.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. So it was just great. It's a great feeling, man. It's a great feeling to be around kids and working for the kids, and just to be that person that they could look up to. Because there's not a lot of people that you can look up to, and it's funny because I learned a lot from some of the people that probably didn't have the best intentions for me. Like a couple of my college coaches, nothing bad about them, but sometimes they just didn't know how to connect with
Right.
certain people, you know, and that's just the thing about it, you know. I can't knock them, but you know, it's just the fact that some coaches can connect with the kids, and some can't, and some try
Like Gino
more.
does
Yeah.
with the girls.
Yeah.
I mean, Pat Summit, she
Right.
basically had the
Yeah.
same thing.
Coaching is much bigger than just a paycheck. You're
Yeah.
impacting lives every day, and
Yeah.
you really want to try to create it like a family atmosphere, because there's going to be times where you're going to all need to lean on each other, and if you're not able to show somebody that you're really going to be there for them, you're all going to hit a stump at some point, and then you're going to have nobody to blame but yourself.
Right.
And
Because
that's
it's going
why
to come down to you being selfish.
Yeah, and that's why I applaud other players, professional players that have an open opinion on certain views that's going on in today's day. You know, a lot of WNBA players, NBA
Right.
players, they have their own personal views, and they're not afraid to speak their mind. You
Right.
know, even though they get fined
Right.
or
Right.
something like that.
And they don't make enough as it is.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that says a lot. That
Yeah,
means
absolutely.
that it's like you said, it doesn't matter about the paycheck.
Right.
It's about the bigger picture. The bigger picture is sending a message to the youth and letting them know that, you know, it's more important things than just basketball. You know, it's more important
Yeah,
things than just
absolutely.
basketball. You know, so that's I just applaud those who not afraid to, you know, speak their mind and state their opinion on certain things that's going on in the world today and in the U.S. and down in the home front, because a lot of things that's going on is pretty sad. But you know, that's why we should just come together. A lot of us should come together and, you know, and speak about, you know, these views, because at the same time, it's not like, you know, they're going to go away right now.
Right.
You know,
Right.
they're not
not.
going
Yeah.
to go away right now. You have to speak about them, and you have to, you know, state your opinion. And sometimes people have different opinions on certain views, but it's okay, because we're all human and we're not all going to be the same. You
Right.
know?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's one thing we're fighting, you know. So,
Right.
but at the same time, you only can control what you can control.
Right.
You
Right.
know. So, if that's me helping out kids, then I could do that.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
and that's been, you know, trying to help out basketball players and other athletes as well in different sports. That's what you're going to do, you
Yeah.
know. And if that's you guys giving us a podium to speak, that's what you guys are going to do.
Definitely.
So, you know, we all have a place, and we all have, you know, our opportunities to, you know, help one another out.
Yeah.
I think it also comes down to you got to be able to model the way. Whatever
Yeah.
you want to do, you
Yeah.
got to be able to lead by example, and you got to be consistent with it. You can't just go a month and then say, "Oh, too hard. I don't want to do it." You know, it has
Yeah.
to be a consistent effort over time.
Yeah.
And if you put that consistent effort in over time, you're going to open up so much doors for yourself and others.
Right.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
And actually, just looking at this homepage, a quote that DeVille Edwards just put up: "At your absolute best, you still won't be good enough for the wrong person. At your worst, you'll still be worth it to the right person."
Exactly. Exactly. That was well said. That's definitely well said. You know, because at the same time, you really have to strive to be the best you can be. You know,
Right.
but at the same time, you might not be the best you can be, but as you're gonna be better than the day you was before.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about progression. You know, it's all about progression, and it's just always, you know, trying to be successful. You know,
Right.
and even though sometimes you may not be as successful as you want to be, but you're probably more successful than you was yesterday. You know, so
Baby steps.
yeah, it's always
Yeah.
baby steps, man. That's what we're doing right now, man. We're just taking baby steps and just
That's
trying
awesome.
Yeah, and just trying to, you know, give another outlet for these kids.
Yeah.
You know,
Which is
try to-
awesome.
Yeah.
Because some of them really could use it too.
Exactly.
They might not even know they need it.
Yeah,
Right.
And,
yeah.
you know.
A lot of them don't know. A
Yeah.
lot of them don't know, you know, because they think they know everything. And,
Right.
But at the same time, that's where I was.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
the same way in high school.
I'm
you
sure we
know.
all were at some point,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
until
Yeah,
life hit you.
Yeah, when life hits you,
And
right,
then you're
right
like,
in the
oh,
head.
yeah.
Yeah, you know, I had so
Absolutely.
many college coaches in the gym, so many college coaches in the gym, and that could kind of steer your head the wrong way. You know, that's not to say that, you know, I wasn't blessed to see those coaches, but I kind of felt like, oh, I was the man. You know,
Right.
I was the man. I was, You know, I had a state championship. Then got MVP and both All-Star games after the state championship. So, you know, in some of those All-Star games, you had a couple of NBA players playing in that. You know, so I really felt like, you know, I was the top notch and nobody could tell me nothing. But you know, I fell off my high horse really quick. Fell off that high horse really quick. So, but at the same time, you know, I needed that.
Yeah,
you know, I needed that, and I'm glad. I'm here today to say that I got through it.
That's awesome.
And I think through it all, we just want to show that, you know, it's important to enjoy what you do.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, you know, because you only get one life, so it's important that you make every second count, every day count, and you just enjoy, you know, what you're doing, because you never know when it can be taken for granted.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, that was a very, very insightful interview.
Yeah, actually,
I know.
Definitely was.
That's awesome what you guys are doing with the kids and stuff and bringing people out, you know. And
Gotta keep it up. Yeah, gotta find a way to keep
I'd actually like to come down one time to check it out.
You should.
It'd be kind of cool.
Definitely be cool.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's from 4:30 to 6.
Yeah.
LP Wilson. And then I do the kids for the older kids, high school kids at St. Joseph's with Ready Height. We do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're trying to make it a more consistent Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I'll get your contact and we can take it.
Because I'd love to check it out. I mean, I'm not don't get me on the court though.
Nah, sideline. You can be the commentator.
I'll be the water boy. I'm good at that.
Yeah. But definitely come down, check it out. It's great atmosphere. You know, I do it with my sister, Shannon Samuels. She graduated at UMass Lowell. She was a great Windsor athlete as well, and she works with the girls, and I work with the boys, and it's just a great feeling.
That's awesome.
It's a great feeling, man. And then it's great to have the community center supporting us as well, you know. And like I said, we try to do things for the community as well, like food drive, you know, just to get cans and give it to the elderly, because they do have, LP Wilson does have an elderly center that, you know, we try to have the kids meet and greet.
That seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get some of the former guests that we've had. And do something like that.
The Pro-Am is actually having a food drive August 6th and 7th. They're trying to get 1,000 cans to donate to the local food shelter over there in Hartford. So hopefully everybody comes out. Everybody definitely likes to go see Pro-Am, so hopefully they'll come out and they'll bring the cans too. So
that's awesome. Especially as now summer's coming out, it's going around the holiday season again. I know we just got out of it, but it's like, you know, it's really right around the corner, especially for people that need the food. It's really, it really is.
It's coming up close.
Because New Year's Eve, my brothers and I, we throw a New Year's Eve party and we raise money for the local Vernon food pantry. And last year we raised like $3,000.
That's great.
So
that's great.
It's awesome you guys do that too.
So maybe if you're around next year, Sam, and you're not overseas, would definitely love to have you on the team for my Make-A-Wish tournament.
Okay. We can talk about that. Yeah, definitely. That's some great things, man. And like I said, everybody just gotta play their part.
Always.
You'd be surprised if everybody tried to do one thing. You know, it's a big mass of people.
Anything helps.
Anything
honestly,
helps.
anything helps.
To be honest with you,
so true.
I think that's probably the biggest thing we took away from the program. We had a lot of basketball success, and we're very blessed for that. But it's trying to be the best person you can be and trying to impact as many lives as you can impact every day in whatever way possible. I think that's the biggest thing that we took away from the program.
I definitely agree on that one. You know, Coach Smith had a saying, it's not who you play, is how you play. But you know, I took that off the court as well. You know, it's not who I am. It's, you know, how I am to those. You know, and I have to be positive. And I have to, you know, support and help out others. You know, because I like to take a lot of his sayings off the court. You know, and make sure that I try to do my best every day to help someone else. You know,
absolutely.
All you can do is take it day by day.
Very true. Well, thank you both of you for coming on. Honestly, that was awesome.
Thank you for having us.
We'll have you again soon, I'm sure. That'd be kind of cool.
Definitely.
But thank you very much for coming on. That was episode 3 of the Steve and Jay SportsCast with Steve Samuels. it's still weird saying my name to you and
Trust me,
and the
it's a little
coach
weird too.
Ben Wallek
We'll see you guys next week.
next week.